Bonjour class, I just wanted to review with you very quickly the notes on this irregular verb aller and to do some practice example sentences with you so that you're able to do this on your own for the assignment today. So the notes, you'll need to go open up your Unit 3 Lesson A, Unité 3 Leçon A, scroll past the vocabulaire or dialogue onto the second page where it says present tense of the irregular verb aller. Okay, and you're going to fill in the blanks on your notes with the correct word. So first, the verb aller, which means to go, is called an irregular verb because its forms follow an irregular pattern. It's the only ER verb that is irregular. Okay, so if that makes you feel a little bit better, it's the only one that's going to be like this, the only ER verb that's going to be like this. So aller, here we're going to write it means to go. And you're going to type in this right here, the conjugation or the verb form. You're going to write je vais, V-A-I-S. Tu vas, V-A-S. Il, elle, on, va, V-A. Nous allons, A-L-L-O-N-S. Vous allez, A-L-L-E-Z. And then il and elle pluriel, vont, V-O-N-T. All right. Now the reason why we call this an irregular verb, it's because we can't just like take off the ER here like we were doing and then add the endings. You can see that the conjugation is not A-L-L-E, A-L-L-E-S, A-L-L-E. Okay, it would work here, A-L-L-O-N-S, A-L-L-E-Z. It does not work here. Okay, so when we say irregular, that means that it's not going to follow that nice and easy predictable pattern that we were used to with regular ER verbs. This is irregular, meaning it's weird. It's a little bit different. Okay, so again, the conjugations, they're pronounced like this. Je vais. Tu vas. Il, elle, on va. Nous allons. Vous allez. Il and elle, pluriel, vont. Okay, and you can see the English translation there for each one of these conjugations. Now, underneath the conjugation chart here, as you can see, the verb aller has more than one meaning. So it can be used in a couple of different ways. It can be used to talk about going somewhere. So for example, on va au café. We're going to the cafe. It can also be used to talk about how things are going in general. This expression that we've been using since day one. Ça va? How are things going, or how's it going? And lastly, to talk about someone's health, like how are you doing? How are you? Comment vas-tu? Okay, in which the response would be je vais bien, merci. Just like I'm fine, or I'm kind of like I'm doing well. All right. So now let's put this into practice. Let's use these conjugations up here and put them into actual sentences ourselves. So when you want to put it into a sentence, okay, start off with your subject, like je. Now we just need to look at this chart to see what the conjugation is for aller. For je, it's going to be vais, right? And this just has to be memorized. There's no other way about it, okay? There's nothing that we can do to kind of find these forms. We just kind of have to memorize them, all right? Tu vas. Il, elle, and on all have the same conjugation. Va, V-A. Just going to copy and paste it right in there. Nous, the conjugation, if we look up here, allons. Okay, so A-L-L-O-N-S. Nous allons au café. For vous, let's look up here. Allez. Vous allez au café. And for il and elle pluriel, let's look at the chart. Ils and elles vont. Okay, and you can see the English translation here on the right-hand side. Je vais au café means I am going to the cafe. Tu vas au café, you are going to the cafe. Il va au café, he is going. Okay, and you can see the rest of the translations here. So that's how you would put it in the sentence. You just have to memorize these forms in this verb chart. Okay, and we'll do more practice with this later on in our classes. Okay, merci.